Hello. Hi. Let's begin in like 2, 3 more minutes. Let's wait for others if there are. Sorry. We are in Delhi NCR, Noida. Yeah, we are in Noida. Noida Sector 9. Yes. Okay. Okay. What website did you say? What are the spellings? Ah, got it. So are you looking to get AI done in this, or are you here to learn more about how AI can help you with the new technologies? These kind of videos? Perfect. Yes, great, very nice. So we are an AI automation company. We are called Automation Agency India, and we help clients automate their business processes. I think we should begin. I'm not sure other people are joining in. Okay, sure. So let's talk about AI in e-commerce. When we talk about e-commerce, typically what we're talking about is either small retailers who are managing their own Shopify websites and marketing through social medias, or we're talking about huge sites like Flipkart, Amazon, these big guys who have tens of thousands of orders every day. Both of them, whether they're small or big, can utilize AI very efficiently. But AI is a buzzword these days, but lots of people don't know what AI is. So let's first talk about what AI exactly is. So talking about what AI exactly is, I just want to make sure that everybody understands that AI is not the future technology anymore. Since 1970s, every 5 years, people have been talking about ki, AI is coming. It's a big, huge technology, but the revolution never actually materialized for a very long time. Even in 2020, when there was COVID, there was a huge hoo-ha about this GPT-3. They were giving the API and everything, and I utilized it myself. I did not find it impressive even at that stage, when just 4 years back. But with 3.5, not in 2020, it was GPT-3, which was not impressive, but 3.5, just a half step above that. They Within 2.5 years, these guys took such a big step exponentially in terms of data and the quality that it's not a technology that is in future anymore. It is going to be here, and it is shaping our uh, futures today, and it will keep doing it. A lot of disruption over the next 20 years. So when people say ki, in 1999 there was a dot-com bust, and forget about the dot-com bust. Today we are 25 years after that, and look, everything, where uh, where technology is. Everything is completely digitalized. Everyone is using those .com things. So imagine where we will be in 25 years from now. It is a very good time to get into this technology. So let's discuss what AI typically is. In very layman terms, the entire AI revolution has been centered around one new discovery of mankind, which is that maths matrix, something which you would have learned in your class 10th, a 2 by 2 or a 3 by 3 or a 4 by 4 matrix and matrix multiplications. That maths matrix is something which carries information. So when you use a matrix and you uh, run through it, and the patterns of a matrix can easily be trained and changed. So it is data entry or information entry into the matrix. And when you multiply matrices with other things, you are able to transfer that information as well. So when we talk about in AI terms, what we how we are training models and all of this, all we are actually doing is that we are creating a huge matrix, millions and billions of parameters. For example, this chat GPT, this has almost 175 billion parameters. So parameters will be, for example, a 3 by 3 matrix is 9 parameters, 3 by 4 is 12 parameters. Now for humans, it is very difficult to understand what a 4 by 4 matrix would be. 3 by 3 everybody can understand, it's like a cube. But to visualize a 4 sided 4 by 4 matrix, it is actually somewhat difficult for humans. So scientists have given various thoughts about it, but for a computer, it is very easy to do that. It doesn't have to visualize it. So when we are training a matrix of these billions of parameters, what typically we are doing is we are running a huge amount of text data or video data or any data through it. And what we are doing is extracting patterns out of it. Now, those patterns could be, we easily don't understand what, it's not easy to visualize how those patterns are coming out. But then when you're going through a matrix of millions and billions parameters, all those parameters are trying to extract the knowledge out of this the text. So to use AI is to actually use the mathematical matrix and multiply it and try to get the computation. In very simple terms, what now we are trying to do is, using all the technology, if you have a text or a prompt, the computer multiplies that prompt matrix with the existing huge million matrix and gives out an answer. And the answer is the prediction of the next one word or two words or a paragraph, or uh, you can take decisions based on that. For example, when we multiply a small prompt, what we're doing is we're just taking one step. But then we can put it in a loop and we can go next word and then next word and then next word. And by doing that, what we are trying to do is, ultimately, we're taking a huge long path. When we take a long path, what we're doing is not just simple words, but what we're doing is, because of the patterns that we humans have created in our text and videos and everything, there is some intelligence which has gotten imbibed in the prompts and everything. So not we are what we are doing is not just completing a few words. What we are doing is, due to that long path, it also has the ability to take decisions based on whether A is the answer or B is the answer, or A is the most likely answer or B is the likely answer. And based on that, it is able to do intelligent decisions. Why is this important? This is important because till now, the technologies which we had in software were not able to take decisions by themselves. But this new technology we have come up is that we are reliably able to make the software take decisions based on real-time data by itself. So this is why it is important. So if anybody has any questions about what this overview of AI and what simple understanding of AI is, please let me know. Okay, let's proceed ahead after this. Now that we know that the current AI technology is very different from the pre-2023 technology, in which there was a fixed program doing fixed tasks. This new technology is very powerful and very important in business, because in business, the apart from the decision taking ability, the execution, the accuracy, the speed, the profitability, all of these are very important. So till now in business, what we have had is people creating a software. There were jobs called software developers, and hundreds and thousands of people, companies like Infosys, TCS, Microsoft, these would create a software, and people would some other clients would run this fixed software, and whenever a change was required, they would either again contact these companies or look for another tool. But with AI in business, things will change very drastically. So now the bulk of this discussion will be focused on just one business sector, which is e-commerce. So let's talk about it. The e-commerce business model is specifically designed already to automate most of the work and remove human interaction. It's not like a business. Uh, 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 there are so many businesses in which humans are most important. You go to a salon or a spa, you would not be expecting simple automation as fast, so easily. But in e-commerce, things are changing very dramatically. The reason for that is multifold. But one of the biggest reasons is that it is the business model itself is already designed in such a way that apart from the Silicon Valley focus on this and the funding and new entrepreneurs being there, so they're being early adopters, the biggest point is that the business model by itself is created in such a way that there is a very high impetus on automation, and the incentives in the industry are such that if you're not automating, you are losing out to your competition. So that is why AI in e-commerce is one very, very big important part for this e-commerce industry. Now, in the e-commerce business model, there are three steps typically. One is where you get the order. Second is the fulfillment of the order, and the third is to handle any issues and to do the service, whether the product has to be returned or the ratings are good or not, all of that. So let's talk about just the ordering. When we talk about e-commerce, typically that means that there is a new website which has to be created. So people are creating websites through hosted software like WordPress, or there are new age zero click or zero code things like Shopify, in which you can just click, give some information, and you'll be able to create your own website. So the website is already automated. The traffic that is coming is already automated because it is usually coming via Facebook or Google Ads, or you have mobile apps on which people have been you're getting notifications, or people are coming again and again. There is entirely no human interaction in the entire ordering process, and that was the basic idea of having a e-commerce site, that anybody can order even at 3 o'clock in the night without any human interaction. And on the other side, from the business standpoint, you can scalably take tens of thousands of orders every day, and then your headache is just to implement them somehow. Now, the implementation and the fulfillment is the part of logistics, which is again a lot of it is automated in the large companies. Small companies do use manual logistics. कि जी order आ गया, we have to we have to ship it. So they would typically call an API of a third party partner, which would come and pick up the packages from our warehouse. So there, the automation scope is not that much, but in large companies, the warehouses by themselves have been completely automated. So, for example, if you've not seen warehouse of an Amazon, how it looks like, it is like this. So these are robots which are just taking the stuff from here to there. And what all these robots are typically doing is that they're all controlled via software. Now that software can be automated by itself through normal software, or it can also have an AI component in them. So in large warehouses, we have automation like this, in which human work is mostly trying to be reduced. So when we come back to uh, the logistics part, as we discussed, small sites don't have so much of a logistics automation requirement, but large sites, the warehouses and everything are there to be able to handle tens of thousands of orders. They have large teams as well, but slowly they have replaced their teams with these bots who are just moving the stuff around and getting it to people who are sitting, who are standing stationary and just doing the most important value added tasks. The third part of the e-commerce business model, as we just discussed, was service. If you're a large website and you order something from there, you can expect that if the order goes wrong, you will be able to call a telecaller, you will be able to talk to them on a chatbot, you will be able to call them, and sometimes you will be going to an IVR system. Now that IVR system can also get automated over time. In the US, we are slowly starting to get voice bots. Um, but in a small site, typically what we are used to seeing is that there will be a telecaller, or they will have a chatbot on their website or their app. But out of the three parts of ordering, which is already a large part automated, logistics, which small companies don't have to automate that much, and service, the biggest impetus that we see on the short term will be in service for at least the e-commerce business model. Why is that? The technologies and everything, what we are trying to do is that there is always in customer service, the work is to talk to a human, identify an issue, and provide a standard solution. A lot of times the customer is angry and just wants somebody to listen to and understand. So you have to listen with empathy. That is the entire model in the customer service department. But when you replace people with robots, a robot can talk to clients 24/7. Now, I don't mean an actual physical robot. I mean a software AI based robot, which can just take the calls, and after going through a step by step resolution, whether it is a chatbot, a voice bot, it is just a different UI. The bot behind it making the decisions remains the same. So it can identify the issues, it can act on a solution, because it not just has the ability to identify, but it also has the ability to just make a what humans would do, a click. It has the ability to call an API or a function and do the solution. So it doesn't have to rely on humans as well for the taking of the solution. Whether it is a chatbot or a voice bot, what we can expect is that the chatbots are able to listen all day long with empathy. They don't get irritated at the end of the day. And one chatbot with enough processing power can listen to hundreds of clients at the same time. So the issue is that one chatbot, one AI can easily do the work of almost 40, 50, 60, 100 customer service reps. So that is why in e-commerce, the biggest change that we are going to see in out of these three steps, which is ordering, logistics, and service over the short term model over the next 3 or 4 years, is going to be the changes in customer service. So, for example, if you look at the benefits, there are so many huge benefits. The customer doesn't have to wait for a somebody to handle the call. आप कतार में हैं 2 मिनट वेट कीजिए. There's nothing of that sort. The person is available 24/7. Sometimes small companies don't have service in the night, so an AI chatbot can easily be able to service anybody 24/7. And then there's a huge issue of personalization, which we'll just discuss next. So there are a lot of challenges and considerations, mainly with the data privacy and security. But if you look at the how what the industry is doing, if you look at the case study, there are companies which have replaced 90% of their customer support staff with an AI chatbot. Now, if you look at this company called Dukan, incidentally an e-commerce company, um, the CEO is very happy and he's gloating on Twitter that they've laid off 90% of their support team, and the results are exceptionally good because the time to response went from 2 minutes to instant. The resolution time of every issue became gone from 2 hours to 3 minutes, and the customer support costs were reduced by almost 85 to 90%. So that is why this guy is very happy. But the important point is that it is not just this one company and one case study. When you gloat on Facebook or Twitter about firing 90% of your customer staff, which may be hundreds of people, and you're talking about the benefits of using one AI bot, the industry listens. So everybody starts doing it. So even if they're not doing it very publicly, or they're doing it slowly and slowly, what they would be doing is slowly and slowly they would try to change as much of it as possible. So the future of AI in e-commerce customer service is very bright. The As we can expect, the websites and everything are already hugely automated, but the service end was not automated so much by now. But in the next 4 or 5 years, we can expect that as much automation that has gone in the websites and taking the order will now go in the service part. Logistics will perhaps be the only part for small companies which will be automated in the long term. So we've talked about the short term, we've talked about the long term. Let's talk about after the short term, what is the biggest revolution that we think will come over the intermediate term. So after uh, 3 or 4 years, after you've fired most of your customer support staff and have an AI bot taking over the customer service, how can you do an exceptional job at having a business which is in AI and is the best possible service agent for the users? So we discussed that there are three parts: ordering, logistics, and service. But in ordering today, we are using websites, and those websites are pre 2023 era, in which there's a fix off. But what we are saying here, and you might not find it on the internet here and there, is that with AI, you will be able to have a no-code AI bot which will not just install a website but even be able to control every pixel of it. So आज आपके पास when you want an e-commerce site, you just go and have something like Shopify, but you still have to do a lot of service, lot of stuff in it. You have to click here and there. You have to see everything is going on, right? But then in 4 years, every software company or e-commerce company will be an AI bot, and it will be controlling every pixel, every data point of this. And even if it is not looking like a bot on or like a chat GPT for the user, for the management it will be almost looking like chat GPT. So to change the website from a fixed code software like Shopify to being run by an AI bot, the technical requirement is that you have an intelligent website that is able to control every pixel intelligently. By doing that, what you were able to see is that if you know a very profitable customer has returned on the app, you will be, for example, though it is not a correct example, but you will be able to show higher prices, or you will be able to show the products which might go very nicely with the scarf that the person bought 2 or 3 orders back, which is something new. So the ability to change pixels on your website for every customer, which this will be the important part of it. Secondly, when it is not just changing the pixels, what it is doing is it is spying on you. Today, when you give a website, your website of made on Shopify will be same for every client. You don't get to decide whether the client clicked here and there, and what did the client, how did the client react typically on some basic input when you change the color, when you change. So it's a working with this website is like a real-time A to B test, and it gives a huge amount of data in understanding the customer choices. So the technical requirement for that is, once you have a website which is able to control every pixel of the website, the next step is to be able to not just control, but control it in such a way that the user will be, whatever the user does, you're storing it, and you have a big data stream on every user's personalization preferences, if you say that. Once you've done that, when you've gathered gigabytes of data on every user, the AI becomes good enough that it is able to predict what user will buy what and at what price. So today, we know that Amazon's AI is good enough that it is able to predict what is going on in the life of people based on the things that they're buying today. But what we don't know, and what the industry will typically not tell you, is that AI will slowly become good enough that it will be able to ping you, knowing that changing the words of the ping, it will be able to force you and trick you into buying something that it wants you to buy. So AI treats every opportunity um, for every pixel, every interaction as a video game. And you know how that video games, the Go championship was lost many years back already. And we've come long way across. So treat e-commerce customer ordering process as a video game where AI is playing against the users, and AI will be able to make the orders and make the deals, make the products good enough, irresistible enough, that humans will be not able to compete with AI anymore, and the winning in that game is to get an order from the client. The technical requirement for all of this is to build a game engine which not just controls the data gathering system, but also controls the personalization system, which we just discussed. So now that you've also seen this very credulous thing in the intermediate term, in the short term, it is going to be automation of customer service. In the intermediate term, it is going to be automation of every pixel, and e-commerce business will become a game in which your AI bot is gaming the person against you. So to recap all the points that we've covered in the presentation, we've gone through what AI is. It's just a matrix multiplication. Why AI is so powerful is that, and it is going to be very disruptive, is that for the last 25 years, we've had software which was fixed, which was dependent on humans for thinking. But now we are getting software which is not fixed and it can take decisions for itself. So the opportunities for its application in business are tremendous. In e-commerce business, which is specifically a business in which we are focusing on automation right from the business model, the opportunities are humongously big. We've seen that customer websites are already automated. The order process, the logistics of that is not going to be automated so easily for small ones, because it requires robots. Until robots come, because it requires actual physical work. Until robots come, it's not going to change that much. And in the service model, what we had just discussed is that with service, a lot of changes will come over the next 3 years, where companies will very happily fire 90% of their customer staff, will keep bare minimum staff, because most of the work is being done by one chatbot, and you can build that chatbot by using OpenAI at the back end. Even today, we are in the business of building that. So this is what we are doing in e-commerce. If anybody has any questions, please let me know. Okay, guys, I hope. Yeah, Sanjeev, go ahead. Sorry, I couldn't get you. Come again. Yeah, but what we're doing is manually just trying one or two tools. The business by itself has not become completely automated till now. But that is what I'm saying. The business will become completely AI based. AI will be running your e-commerce business. People will just be owning an e-commerce bot and just telling it, "Bhai, ye bech." It will take the intelligent decisions to where to market, how to market, whenever a customer comes, what to change in the website, what pricing to give to maximize enterprise value. All of this is going to get automated very soon. 2 years. 2 years is much. So chatbot is just one part of it. The intelligent decision making aspects are the big deal. So if you can just think that you have an entire engine behind Shopify, which is just a shackle, which is just a thing which is uh, giving out the pages, but it is not doing anything else. But when you have an intelligent salesman digitally working together, okay, last time this customer bought this, what can I do more? How can I ping him more? What are his preferences, so that I can sell him another thing by which I can optimize my profits. And it is doing that in a digital fashion continuously. So think about it. It's going to be very disruptive. Jobs will go. That is the biggest disadvantage in the short term. But the big advantage for that is everybody will have to become a businessman. There will be no jobs after 25 years. There will be no jobs. Everybody will be a businessman. You just like you can start your own Shopify website today, in the future you'll be able to start your own shop XYZ Bizbot website, and just download a free open source chatbot and just tell it कि मेरे को e-commerce website बनानी है, and done. We are an automation agency, and that is why I'm doing these seminars, is to educate people. There is a big trend coming. We have an open source tool. It's called Bizbot. You can start to use that tool, and you can perhaps Bizbot, biz.bot. So it's a business bot. So you can automate any business using it. It's not a no code tool. It is a tool for automation companies to be able to help their clients get onto an automation path to automate their business. Completely automated business AIs which help you manage a business, they're almost 3 years away, or maybe 2 years away right now. But you don't know. Things are moving so fast. It can happen even tomorrow or even today. I don't know. But yes, yes. These things are changing very fast. Sure. Thank you. ठीक है जी. Thanks for this. Okay. Sure. I'll just share my screen. Or maybe I can just type it in the chat. This is me. Sure. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.